Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am unbagging Colourful Heart from My Crafts Gift. Okay, so in the intro I said that this was a diamond painting from My Crafts Gift, but I didn't say dot wherever. And the reason for that is if you are in America, it's mycraftsgift.com, and if you're in Europe, it's mycraftsgift.eu. The difference is if you do .com, the prices will be in dollars, and if you do .eu, the prices will be in euros. Now, the twist with this is the diamond painting prices, they are all the same price, zero. So when you go on the website, you'll see all of the diamond paintings, all of the accessories, everything is zero. What they do is they charge you for shipping. So that is how it goes. You get some companies that advertise a price and say free shipping. They're basically advertising free product and you pay for shipping. So I think it swings and roundabouts, as they say. Really, all you're interested in is what you pay. So even though the product is free, you're not getting it for free. You're paying for the shipping. So this one actually came up as a random advert on Facebook, which I quite like actually. I know a lot of people don't like it, but sometimes companies pop up that I've never seen before, and I go and have a look. So that's what I did. I went to mycraftsgift.eu. It automatically took me there because I'm in Denmark. So I had a look, and there was one diamond painting in particular that I really liked. Lots of colour, bold, just something that really appealed to me. So I ordered it, and while I was there I clicked on accessories and I had a browse. I do that now and again just to see if there's anything unusual, something that catches my attention, and there was something that I'd never seen before. So I ordered it. So I have two things in this bag, a diamond painting and a diamond painting accessory. I will be doing them as individual videos. Today it will be the diamond painting, but I'll let you see the box that the accessory is in, and I'll tell you what's inside it. So standard grey bag, nothing new. Budget diamond painting company, so diamond painting is not in a box, it is sort of semi-rolled, semi-folded, and we'll just get straight into it. So the good old blunt scissors. Make sure I'm only cutting the bag. I don't want to cut anything else. So as I said, I'm expecting a diamond painting. Not a good start. That is pretty badly squished. It is also double-sided adhesive. Yay! Double-sided adhesive is basically being phased out, I think, from most companies. Most companies are switching over to poured glue, which gives you a better finish on the glue. Double-sided adhesive has a bad habit of creating air bubbles and creases when it gets made, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So this is the diamond painting. I'm just checking. Oh, it's got a tube inside it, so it does have a foam tube inside it to try and help it keep its shape. Problem is the tube isn't as wide as the diamond painting, so we end up with this, but we'll have a look at that in a bit. So what else have we got in the bag? Gills, glad to see that, quite surprising. Not that the drills are surprising, but it's the fact that they are numbered and resealable bags. So we'll have a look at the kit. Yeah, I'm just checking everything else in here. I don't want to reveal the second thing. I know what that's for now. Ignore the clanking. Right, okay, we'll go through this because a bit of a plus and minus in this one I can see. So we'll have a look at the kit, and I think we'll go straight to the minus. Plastic tweezers. I do use tweezers. I use tweezers all the time with square drills. Sometimes use them with rounds. It depends on the quality of the rounds. I find that some round drills just slide too much, so I use a pen, but some are okay with tweezers, so it just depends on the kit. But I do use tweezers a lot. I do not use plastic tweezers. They are terrible. It's very difficult to get a decent grip because they're made of plastic. They're very flexible and bendy. I would not recommend using these. And if these are the tweezers that you get in a kit and it's your first time with tweezers, don't let these put you off. I just find that they are useless, I suppose would be a fair word. So, not good tweezers. After saying that, most people don't use tweezers, and the other thing is this is a round kit, round drills. I would say for most people use a pen, it's just easier on rounds. Talking about pens, we have the standard pink diamond painting pen, single placer, no multi-placer. Well, there is in the kit. So we do have a multi-placer, so I spoke too soon. I'll find it. There we go. So we have a big multi-placer, and these fit in the end of the pen, and you fill this channel with pink wax, and it means you can pick up rows of drills at a time, which comes in handy if you have large areas of the same colour. You basically get a row in your tray, use the multi-placer to pick it up, and then put them down. So I've heard. I have never used a multi-placer ever, and I'm pretty sure I never will. I really prefer to use single placers and place drills one at a time. It's just me. I enjoy doing that. I listen to music when I'm diamond painting. It's not a race, I'm not in a hurry, and the way that I think of it is I get more diamond painting time for my money if I have a single place, and I've got more control over where every single drill goes. People have got different success rates with these. Some people swear by them, some people swear at them. I have no real view on them because I've never used one, but we do get one, so it's always there if you want to try it. Just drop something. Got a squidgy which goes over your pen. Sometimes these take a bit of work, and I'm not really going to waste time trying to get this, but the idea is that these slide over the pen and they give you a cushion grip. So this should be further up, and they can sometimes be very tight, so it takes a bit of work to get them on. The good thing about that is they're not going to fall off. So you work that up onto your pen, and it gives you this cushioning, makes it slightly thicker, makes it more comfortable for diamond painting over longer periods of time. People with arthritis, mild arthritis, or problems with their hands might find the squidgy does make quite a difference. So it's nice to have. So we've got the squidgy, we've got the multi-placer. Unfortunately, we've got the plastic tweezers. And we also have a small multi-placer, so different sizes. So if you have a really large area of one colour, you can use this one. If it's not that big, you can use a small one and do smaller sections at a time, which is still more than you can do with the single tip. So 2 multiplacers. Then we have a big piece of pink wax. This is pretty big, so plenty of wax. Then we have the white tray. It has the little spout, which if you use Tic Tac containers is very, very handy. These fit exactly in the top of a Tic Tac box, so it's very easy to pour drills back once you've finished using them. Has the angled sides, and I'm going to say it again, if you're new to diamond painting and you get a tray that has angled sides like this, be careful. When you've got your tray down, you have your drills in it and you're working on your diamond painting. If you accidentally touch the side, because of that angle, it will flip very easily and your drills will go from here to there, normally on your glue, and then you've got to try and pick them all back off and put them back in the tray. It is very annoying, and once you've done it a few times, you will learn not to do it like most people do and like I did. Yeah, I've had some pretty bad spills with these things in the past. Just forget, just you're busy diamond painting, listen to music, and then suddenly, and then you spend time picking them all back up again. So it's just one of these features of diamond painting. So just be aware, be careful that you don't hit the side of the tray. So the last thing we've got, which seems pretty redundant, but we have them, is resealable bags for extra drills, or to put your drills in. When you get these, you never ever get enough to have one bag for each colour, and it varies quite a bit how many you get, so I always count them out of curiosity. I think the least I've had is something like 4 or 5, and the most I had was, I think it was 50 something, so we'll see. It's usually about 12-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, close. So 11 bags. The thing that I really don't understand is why we have them, because the drills, I'll move all this out of the way, the drills actually come in resealable bags, I can see. So we'll open this up, and the strip should be along the side. It is. So just unpeel it from the glue, and then you can tip out your bags, and they have all of the colours. Now the bags are already numbered, very bright yellow. As I said, it was the colours that really caught my attention on this. It is going to be a very bright diamond painting. Round drills look fine. I would not try and pick these up with these tweezers. It would put you off diamond painting for life. Don't waste your time. Use your pen. So push the pen tip into the wax, cut a little circle, the wax will stay in here, and you use that to pick up the drills out of your tray. So just having a look at them, nice and bright, and I don't see any major problems with them. Round drills tend to be cleaner than square. You don't get as many tabs and tags, little bits that stick out. These look fine. So a lot of colour. This is definitely a plus. That's why I'm surprised. Well, I'm surprised that we got these, because we don't need them, because the drills are already in bags that are much better quality than them. So I don't know why they did that. So I'll just spread them out a bit, give you an idea of the colours. You see every bag has got a number on it, and depending how many of any colour you've got, we have different sizes of bags, which I like as well. Because if you only had like this size and you needed this many, you would have 2 of these bags, possibly 3, depending how many there are. When they do them this way and they have the different sizes for the different amounts, it means you use 1 bag per colour, makes it nice and easy for you to check, and it's less plastic waste. There's only 1 bag per colour. If it had all been small bags, 2, maybe 3 for this. So then you increase your plastic waste. So really good, really like that. We'll have a look at the key. So this is the key, and we'll see what the picture is. So this is the picture. It's called Colourful Hat. As you can see, very bright colours in this one. And then we have the checklist. So we have the number, which is the number that's on the bag. Just pick one at random. It's pink. Number 34. So we go down, number 34, and we go across, and it says bags 1. Now, every one except number 4 has 1 bag. Number 4, there's so much yellow that we have 2 bags. So just checking that, I can see just happens to sit here. So we do have 2 bags, 1 big bag, 1 small bag. So they actually had more yellow than can fit in this, so they had to add another bag. And I can see what that is for. It's for the sun. A massive area of yellow there. So all we need to do is go through this. This is what makes it so quick for checking the numbers. So what you do is, I did have a pen. I do have a pen. Right, so what we do is you can just pick the bags at random. Number 28, put that to the side, 1 bag. So then we look down, number 28, 1 bag, that's correct. So we'll check that. Then number 8, 1 bag. 8, 1 bag, correct. And you just do that all the way through. 2, number 2, got that. Number 24, 24, got that. And that's it. All you do is go through until all of these are in that pile and you've checked them. So you'll have a little check mark beside every colour, then you know you've got everything. Really quick. Definitely my preferred way to have 1 bag per colour and to be resealable, because if you're totally new to diamond painting, this is all you have. And all you need to do is get the bags in numerical order, and when you're working on the diamond painting, you just take the bag you need, pour some drills in the tray, use what you need, pour the drills back in the bag, put the bag back where it was, pick your next one, and you can just work like that. So you don't need any fancy storage systems, you don't need to spend any more money. You can work easily with the bags, which I think is a huge thing. Especially for people who are totally new and don't know if they're really going to be that interested in diamond painting, and they don't want to spend money on extra stuff that they might not continue with. So big plus, big minus, but to be fair, you probably wouldn't use the tweezers even if they were metal tweezers on round drills. It is quite difficult, and it's better to practice on squares until you get used to using them, but I wouldn't practice with these at all. Just forget them, simple as that. It's the best advice I can give on them. So we have size, using my pen as a pointer, I use my finger. 50 by 70, so it's 50 centimeters across, 70 centimeters down, and we have the number of colours. So it starts at 1 and it goes down to 42. So we have 42 colours in this one, and as I said, what you want to do is just make sure you've got the 42. The other way that you could do it with this type of thing is basically just count the bags. So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go up until 42, and you should find you actually have 43 because we've got 2 of this one. So we would actually have 43 bags if we counted them. So again, nice and easy, nice and quick, and your bags are already there, ready to be used, resealable, no having to tape them and all that stuff. It's just, to me, it's the best way. So we have the DMC code as well, which is it's a standard way of numbering colours. So number 4, for example, you could say, well, it's yellow, but that's also yellow, and that's sort of yellowish tan. This is a specific DMC code, and it is number 307. So you can keep these when you finish your diamond painting. You should have spare colours left. What you can do is put a little sticker on it, just saying DMC 307 or 307. You'll hopefully remember that's what the DMC code is. So you could just write DMC 307 or 307 and keep them. If you're doing a diamond painting in the future and you have some 307s and you run out of colour, you will have some spares in this bag. So it's a good idea to keep them, the ones that you've got left, but make sure you've got the DMC code on the bag so you know exactly which shade of colour it is. Then we have the weight, which means nothing to us at all. That is for the machines. They weigh the bags, and they know how much the drills weigh. Basically, they need 535. It's 3.3 grams. That will be actually a bit more than this because they always give you extra. So the weight, forget that, doesn't mean anything to us. Quantity, again, it doesn't really matter to us because you've got what you've got in the bag. And if you're on short, you contact the company and you tell them I was short of, again, we'll just pick 307. So you're doing your diamond painting and you find out that you don't have enough yellow. So you contact the company, you say I bought this diamond painting and I've run out of DMC 307, and they will send you, or they should, most companies, in fact all companies say they will, most companies will. I have heard stories in the grapevine of some companies who either don't reply or don't send them, but the vast majority of companies will send them, so you don't really have to worry about that. The quantity is the number that you need on your diamond painting. Like the diamond painting has 535 number 1 symbols, or DMC code 153. You will actually get a bit extra, so that's why you end up with spares in the bag. That's to account for any that are misshapen, or anything like they're too big, too small, they've got little tags on them, anything like that. They always give extra, so you can throw those away, or keep them somewhere where you're not adding to the plastic problem, if you like. I put the reject drills in a shadow box, and it's basically like a sand picture, different coloured drills, and I just put them in there if I have any spares. I don't throw drills away. I can't see people looking through the garbage for a 2.8mm piece of plastic to put in the plastic recycling thing, so I think if people throw these out, the chances are they just go through the system and end up somewhere, probably in the sea. So that's why I don't throw the plastics. I don't really I don't think they're going to get salvaged. So that's the drills, bagged, very good, numbered, very good, no problems with them at all. Just carefully place them on the floor, and I just noticed that something is burst. Ooh, what colour is that? I'll put them to the side, I'll match them up later. Now that could be a bag isn't quite sealed, and that's why throwing them on the floor is not the best option. But I'm looking on the floor and I can't see any, so I don't know if it's a bag that's here or if it's just some drills that happen to be loose in amongst everything else. I'll check that later. So now I'm being a bit more careful. Okay, so now the good part, we'll have a look at the canvas. Now, as I said earlier, the canvases either come with poured glue or double-sided adhesive. Now, double-sided adhesive is where they print the canvas and then they lay a sheet of double-sided, basically like double-sided sticky tape, double-sided glue, thin sheet goes over the picture. When they do that, it's quite common to get air bubbles between the glue and the canvas, so we'll see if we get any. Got a little clear rubber band on this holding it together. And because it's crushed at the ends, helps if I take the other clear band off. Thought there was only one, two. So because it's crushed, it makes it a bit more difficult to roll out. And this is the first thing that you get when you use double-sided adhesive. When you roll the canvas out, it always wants to roll back up. So if I try and roll it out, what I'll do is I'll get it over the edge of the table, I'll stop it rolling back up, but you can see what's happening. It's trying its best to roll back up. Now, just checking, I think this is one sheet. Sometimes this cover paper is in strips, so it could be a join down the middle and they overlap slightly. Sometimes it could even be three. They just, different manufacturers do them different ways. This is one piece. So this gives me a chance to show how to flatten double-sided adhesive canvases quickly. You don't need to put it under books or under a mattress or anything like that. So what we do is we find a corner and we try and get the cover to flick up. Now what I do anyway is I touch the back of the cover, and if it's sticky it means that I've accidentally peeled the glue up, which you can do quite easily. So you have to be careful that you don't catch the glue. If I tilt it in the light you can see that shininess, that's the glue. It is possible to catch the corner and pull the glue up by mistake. You do not want to do that. So if you peel this back and it's sticky, put it back and then rub it, press it down and rub it a bit. That'll warm up the glue, soften it, and then try again. And if you're having problems constantly with one corner, try a different corner. So I know this is okay because it's not sticking. So what I do now is I work my way along. Now sometimes it tears, it doesn't really matter, but ideally you want it to go along in one piece. So maybe go that far, go to the opposite corner. This cover has actually come up off the glue, which makes it a bit easier. So pull it back and again work along to the middle. Once you get it, Try and peel it back a little bit. Move it up a bit on the table. Try and keep it even. And once you get a decent amount back, hold the diamond painting canvas, not on the glue, above the glue, and then just start to peel the cover back. So what we do is we peel it. You watch that this doesn't curl under, because if it does that, the glue is going to hit the surface of whatever you've got underneath and it will stick. So you're trying to keep it flat, peel it back, peel it about halfway, just a guess, and then just drop it back. So now you see the canvas is sitting a little bit crinkled, but it is flat compared to what it was. So that is it. Basically what you're doing is when you take the cover back, you're releasing the tension in the canvas. When you put the cover back down, it just sits flat. So that's it. So what we'll have to do now is turn it, and you can see the difference. That's the piece that I peeled back and put back in place, and that's the piece that I didn't. So same thing. So we need to unravel it. Obviously doing something like this, if you have somebody else there that can give you a hand, it makes it a lot easier. Especially the bigger the diamond painting, the bigger the canvas, the bigger the hassle trying to hold everything in place and stop anything hitting the glue. So again, I'll go up to the corner, flick it up, double check, not sticky, it's fine. Go to the other corner. Now, I'm not using my nail when I do that, I just flick it with my finger. I find it works better. If I use my nail, it can catch the glue and peel that up as well. So I tend to just sort of flick with the fleshy part of my finger. It seems to work pretty well. So now we've got a start on either side. As I said, if you had somebody to give you a hand, it would be easier. And that's torn. So if it does rip, what to do is get it from the other side, and then when you get to the tear, pull both sides at the same time so the tear doesn't go all the way down, because if it does tear, it makes it a bit harder to get it lined up again when you put it back, and it can leave a gap where dust and hairs and things can get in. So just trying to get enough to get a decent grip of it. And then same thing, hold it up there, off the glue, start to peel back, and then peel it back, and there's a tension, I can feel it, it's tight, 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 tight. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Eventually it'll get to where I peeled it back from the other end, and when it does that, it goes slack. So it's still tight. And that's it, suddenly it just goes loose. And you know that that's the tension out of the canvas, you can just drop that, you don't press it down, just drop it back on, don't need to press it. And that's it, so the canvas is flat. Now, the hard part. What you have to do now is check for air bubbles. So I'll turn it around the right way, not that it makes any difference, you have to do it from both ends anyway. It's easier if you're sitting at a table to do this, and you can look at from different angles and look for little lines. Now, I don't know if I've got any, I'm guessing I will have. So what I'm doing now is I'm just sort of tilting my head side to side and looking to see for air bubbles, and there are quite a few up this side. Now, whether I can get them in the light, I don't know, we'll see. Just there, you see these white lines? You see it there? That is air that's been trapped underneath the glue. So what you have to do is go over the whole thing and look at it from different angles, because if you look at it all from the same angle you will miss some. So what to do is look over it, and when you see these air bubbles, you want to get a craft knife. I'm not going to do it just now, but I'm trying to think where my craft knife is. I wasn't expecting double-sided adhesive, to be honest. Yeah, got it. That was lucky. But I'll just show you just this one piece. So sharp craft knife, and what I'm doing is I'm looking, I can see the bubbles the way the light's hitting it just now. So what I'm doing is I'm scoring through the glue. I'm not cutting through the canvas. I'm just following the line of the bubbles. And what that does is it releases the air that's trapped underneath the glue. If you try and diamond paint on top of them, when you initially press your drills down, it might look as if they're sitting okay. They are stuck to the glue, but if you leave it, what happens is they lift up again because the air is still trapped underneath. So you have this little air cushion under the drill, and that means that the drill will sit at a different angle from the ones that are sitting flat, which means when you hang it up, you will start to see these little lines that stand out, because this little row of drills are at a different angle, they reflect the light at a different angle, so they become sort of obvious. So what you want to do is go over the whole canvas and check it. Any air bubbles you see, slice them, and that lets the air out, and that means when you put a drill down, it'll sit flat. I can see some up here, here, here. These little creases are okay, there's no air bubbles in them. There, 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 there. Really small ones, but these are kind of major ones. Another one there. As I said, you don't want to press it really hard. Make sure your knife is very sharp and just score it. It doesn't take much to cut the glue. So basically that's what you have to do if you want it to look really good. Slice all the air bubbles that you can find, and you shouldn't have any problems after that. So the only other thing that's left to do is have a look at the actual print quality. Are the symbols nice and clear? And they are. I don't see any problems reading this. So we have a little thumbnail to remind you of what it should look like. And we have the key, and it actually says on the key here Dmc Code, whereas on the sheet it says colour. So you see symbol number 1 is DMC 153, and on the sheet it's colour 153. It's the same thing, DMC. You have to be very, very careful when you've got paper. You do not want paper landing on this glue. If it does, the paper will stick, and if you're using this and you sit it down in the glue, you won't get it back in one piece. So be very, very careful with paper or anything else that can stick to the glue, because it is very sticky. So that is it. Longer video than I expected. I didn't really expect it to have double-sided adhesive. A bit of a mishmash of good and bad, but once the air bubbles are all cut, there won't be any problems with this. I've definitely had canvases that are a lot worse than this, very hard to read. This is nice and clear. Really like the colours in it. It's definitely going to brighten the room up. So that is it. So that was Colourful Hat from mycraftsgift. You think I would know it by now. mycraftsgift.com if you're in the States, and mycraftsgift .eu if you're in Europe. As I said, the only difference is the money, the prices. If you do .com, it comes up in dollars. If you do EU, it comes up in euros. And again, everything on the site is, the price is 0.00, and the way they get your money is by the shipping charge. So as I said, some companies it's diamond painting and free shipping. Some, I think this is the second company I've seen, it's free diamond painting and you pay shipping. So swings and roundabouts. Budget company, no box, which is pretty much standard for the budget companies. The double-sided adhesive was a bit of a surprise because most companies now are using poured glue, and that last section where I was showing about air bubbles and cutting air bubbles, and if you get a poured glue diamond painting, you do not have to think about any of that. It will be fine. So that is the downside of the double-sided adhesive, and that is why companies are moving away from it. The tweezers, plastic tweezers, I've had them before in an unbagging, unboxing, and I've tried to use them, and as I said, I do use tweezers normally. If I'm doing square drills, I always use tweezers. Sometimes I'll even use them with round drills, just depending how good the drills are. So I'm very used to using tweezers. I would not recommend these plastic ones at all. It will put you off trying to use tweezers, and it does take time to get used to using tweezers at the best of times. If you try with these, I don't think you would try again. But they provide the pen like all companies do, and to be fair, most people use pens. They find them easier to place the drills, so having those tweezers, it's no big deal. It's not a deal breaker. You probably wouldn't use them anyway. The plus was the drills are in resealable numbered bags, and if you are absolutely new to diamond painting and this was your first diamond painting, you don't have to think about anything about where to put the drills. It was a little bit confusing that they gave the little resealable baggies. Why do you need them when you've already got your drills in resealable bags? So I don't know about that one. The drills looked fine, nothing wrong with them. Round drills, nice bright colours. The downside, if it is a downside, for an absolute beginner to get a double-sided adhesive canvas with air bubbles in it could be a bit daunting, because you would find that when you put the drills down it looks like everything's okay, and then gradually you start to realise that the drills aren't all sitting flat. They are stuck to the glue, they will stick, but they've got this little cushion of air underneath them that makes them sit at a different angle. So when you've spent hours and hours and hours doing this diamond painting, you hang it up in the wall, you will see all these little lines where the air bubbles are. Now the thing is, if you have already done that, you could use a craft knife and puncture little holes along those lines in between the drills, especially with rounds because there's a bit of a gap. You could try bursting that going along, and if the air can get out, it will flatten. Simple as that. So that is pretty much it. 42 colours, a lot of bright colours. As I said, it was the picture. As soon as I saw it, I thought I really like it. I've never seen anything quite like this one. Very bright colours, definitely appeals to me. And as I said, and I forgot to show it, I actually ordered an accessory because I had a browse in their accessories and I saw something that I'd never seen before, and I thought, yep, I'm going to have to do an unboxing of that. And the little bag that I had at the beginning that had nothing in it should have had this in it. So this is the bag that was empty, and it was just because this had slid out. It's a tin, and it has a USB diamond painting pen in it. I have never seen a USB diamond painting pen. It also has a magnifying glass that attaches to the pen, and I thought, that is a good idea, but does it work? So in my next video it will be this, a USB diamond painting pen with various tips, but the thing that I'm really curious about is the magnifying glass that attaches to the pen. The pen also has two colours of light. I have unboxed one light up diamond painting pen. It lights up as well. I don't think I mentioned that. The one that I did before, basically you switch it on and it gives you a bright light. This one has a switch, so you can have the bright light or you can switch it to a more yellow light so it's not as bright, which I think could be a good thing. Maybe just for you, you find that the bright light is just a bit too glaring. Or if you're maybe in a room and it's at night and somebody else is watching TV and you're diamond painting, that bright light could be irritating, and maybe the softer yellow light wouldn't be as irritating. So it's to be tested. All I know is that's what it's meant to do. So the next video I will be doing an unboxing and let you see what's in the box, and I'm really curious about that one. So if you want to see the USB light up 2 colour light diamond painting pen with a magnifying glass, please subscribe and hit the notification button, and you will get a message as soon as that video comes up. I'm not sure when I'm recording it. It's not going to be today, but it could be tomorrow, so it will be very soon. So if that's something that sort of caught your attention, a light up USB pen, no more batteries, subscribe, hit the notification button, and you should see it very soon. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.